93.6 uit op Facebook,
Twitter,
Instagram en YouTube. Pick FM 93.6. Jy weet jy wil.
jy wil.
Goeienaand, jy is ingeskakel op die Spectrum Show met Ilzaan Miller en ons het twee spesiale gaste vanaand. Introduce yourself, please.
Hi, I'm Matlogo Nolomputi. You can call me Tlogi for short. And hi.
Hi, and
Hi, I'm Chanel Benedan. I'm a news journalist for Wapad.
welcome guys. And tell us a bit, why are you here tonight with us on the show?
So each Thursday at 7 p.m. we as Wapad talk about various topics. We choose topics that was highlighted from our Instagram and what stood out, and then we just have a discussion about it, tell the readers a bit more.
Yeah, exactly. So on tonight's show, we have hot topics for you, including Clash of the Titans. So, Chanel, what can you tell me about Clash of the Titans?
Clash of the Titans is organized by Villages residents and Heimat residents, so that is off-campus residences for those of you who don't know. They have various artists who's going to perform, Rooksyn, Jewels Fantasties, Drumse Drum, St. Peter and Pisangskille. And there is going to be a boxing match between Villages and Heimat.
Oh, wow.
Boxing
matches are extremely popular these days in Potch. It's very effective, I think.
Well, Overs and Excelsior have their annual boxing night every year. And there's also going to be a Miss Titan crowned at this event.
A lot of people speculate that basically the Clash of the Titans is a copying of that, of the boxing match between the two.
Yes, well, they have a lot of the same aspects, the shows, the boxing. What makes them a bit different from the Overs and Excelsior boxing match is that the Miss Titan is not, there isn't something like Overs or Excelsior Miss Boxing Night. So that is the one aspect where they have a different.
Miss Titan, yes. So basically, Miss Titan is every residence, female residents competing with that Miss Titan. Miss Titan has been going on for a while, actually. Now they're competing with marketing and everything, because I know a lot of Miss Titans has to film their own videos filmmaking. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct. So they are using Miss Titan as kind of a marketing scheme. So every residence sends like one lady in to represent them, and then they have to make like a video and sell tickets, I think. And that's free marketing basically.
Basically, free marketing. And we have exciting news. It's Derby Week for Veritas and Patria. So, what can you tell us about Derby Week?
So, Derby Week is a competition. It happens every year between Patria and Veritas. So, they are seen as brother residences because they are literally right next to each other. And so, they compete in all sporting activities. I know on Monday they played rugby. Yesterday there was netball. There's various kinds of sports where they compete at to win the Derby Week Cup.
But it's just sports. It's not anything else. It's just the sports activities.
Yes, it's a sport activity competition.
Well, great. And yeah, that's for this weekend. The Clash of the Titans is this weekend, on 11th of May. Yes, on 11th of May at Snowflake, with performances, Pisangskille, Jewels Fantasties, everything like that, and then Derby Week. When is Derby Week again?
It's the entire week. They started on Monday and they end on Saturday. Okay,
great. And up next, we have a special guest, Lindiwe, and she will be talking with us for our visit with Dr. Rassi up next after this short break.
Rock out. Sing along and check us on social. Head to Pick FM 93.6 on Facebook,
Twitter, Instagram,
and YouTube.
You know you want to. Oh yeah.
93.6.
You're listening to
You're listening to Pick FM 93.6.
93.6.
More than just radio.
Goeienaand, jy is nog steeds ingeskakel by Pick FM 93.6 with the Spectrum Show with me, Ilzaan Miller, and our special guest. Hello, Lindiwe.
Hi Ilzaan.
How are you?
I'm good, and yourself?
So, I was just asking these lovely VAPA journalists, what was all the hype about last Thursday? There were a lot of people in the Amphi. What was that about?
So, for people that don't know, Dr. Rassie Erasmus was on campus, as well as the Springboks captain Siya Kolisi were here. And the main reason why they were both here was that Rassie was getting an honorary doctorate from the university.
Yes.
And this
Oh,
was
wow.
in coaching science.
Yeah.
And you attended as well as Chanel, and you as well.
Yes, I was the spectator outside of the slave.
She was getting us all the news outside.
You were the fangirl standing outside. So, but Chanel has a very interesting story to tell with the video of that making in the process of Lover's Lane.
So I attended the event, but just before my event, I rushed to the Amphi because I wanted to see what is going on. And I came to Lover's Lane. I literally couldn't see past anybody. I asked two of my friends, I was like, you're going to have to climb on each other's necks now because I need a video. They were like, on each other's necks, and then they literally built a tower for me just to get like the perfect shot.
Interesting.
Chance. Oh my word.
That is very beautiful, because also I share the same sentiments, because it was not easy getting that video that I needed to do, getting off the hype outside. But with the help of my friends as well, we were there, made sure that we get the content that we needed, because we knew that everybody was talking about this, and we wanted to understand exactly, do people understand why the hype is all about here? Because something that I found interesting is that Dr. Rassie is a UFS alumni, but something that was interesting to me is that why is he getting his honorary doctorate here?
A lot of students ask that question actually, and there are three main reasons for that, of course. Obviously, because Rassie has a lot of strategies. We talked a lot about it at the sports show. He has very unique strategies. Chanel, you can weigh in here with awesome reasons as well.
Well, at the ceremony, they pointed out that obviously he's the first coach to lead South Africa to two
Yes.
World Cup victories. So that firstly is like an insane honor.
Yeah.
And then they talked about his strategies, his marketing skills. He also served on the board for
Yes, he did.
SA Rugby.
Yes.
So that was also noted. And then his contributions as a player. If you didn't know, Rassie was a rugby player before he
Yes.
was head coach of
course,
the
you can't,
Springboks.
you can't be a coach and not play.
Yeah, that's true.
That's
what
not
are you
how the
coaching
saying goes. But yes, Rassie has a rich history with rugby as well. That is the understatement of the year, obviously. But he was not alone. Siya Kolisi joined him as well.
Yeah, it was so exciting.
It was really exciting. And the shocking thing is, it was 9:30 in the morning. It's quite early for everyone standing here hyping
At
up.
Lovers Lane.
At Lover's
Especially for a
Lane.
student.
I came
Especially
off,
for
yeah.
students.
I came after my semester test to go.
What?
I didn't go.
Well
So you
done.
also wanted the content.
Yes, I did.
You guys, I rushed through my semester test to make it in time. I was literally writing my test, running across campus just to make it in time.
Wow.
It's the dedication.
The
It's the
dedication.
dedication for me. So, did you get a chance to ask him questions, Lindiwe? Or
No, it was a press release where all the media houses were there, and mostly it was focusing more on the people who were here from outside, and we really didn't have a chance to actually ask in-depth questions, because also he had a short period of time with us because he had to go to another appointment.
Oh, yeah.
But also Chanel can touch on that as well.
Yes, well, it was very rushed because the news release took a while because everybody wanted a photo with Rassie. But after, there was only 20 minutes for questions, and we didn't get a lot of speaking turns because News 24 and like big journalists were there, and it
SABC
was
as well.
it was also broadcast. So we just waited our turn, and we unfortunately didn't get it in. But afterwards, Rassie was already late for his appointment, and he still took time to like take a photo with us, introduce himself. So I think that is something that really stood out to me because he wanted he put our interests before his own, just to, like for
His
us.
humility.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it's a big deal for us. For him, it's not a big deal to meet us, but we were like, we really want to meet Rassie. So it's very nice about that.
That's
Yeah.
amazing. Sure.
Once in a lifetime experience.
That's
really was.
yeah.
It was. It was also because we are at a peak of our careers, and this is what we want to do. Like, so for him to actually take the time and actually take pictures with everybody else, also says a lot about the respect that he has for the institution itself.
Yeah.
You know, for us to really recognize him and give him that honorary doctorate means a lot to us.
Yes,
Yeah, it
and
does.
obviously, Northwest is a very small province as well, and we are one of the universities that stands out obviously the most. If you want to study in Northwest, obviously you come here to study. So it's a big deal for our university as well to give a doctor's degree to such an amazing person, especially someone that plays such a big role in South Africa as well,
Yeah,
with history and
definitely.
everything that. It's very good. It's amazing, actually. And imagine the PR hyping with everything. Because, as you said, Chanel, there were 1,000 journalists here from every network. News 24 was here, which were
SABC
here.
Sport was
SABC
here.
was here.
ENCA was also here. Supersport was here. So all the big brands,
Yeah.
the media houses were here.
Can I tell you a fact I read on the stream media? They said the whole Rassie thing coming here had reached 9.6 billion people via online
it
media
did.
and
It did.
newspapers and
But-
TV. Yeah.
But I mean, the videos on Instagram and Facebook
Yeah.
and everything, we just saw videos. And the amazing thing I loved about it, just saw purple, gold, and green.
Oh,
Yes.
It
Oh,
was
yes.
purple,
Yeah.
gold, and
Maras.
green. Just standing there, everyone was hyping up. I loved it.
But
Also,
that-
what stood out for me as well was in the auditorium, and Chanel can attest to this, right after having to hand over the certificate to him, and then Iggy came in, gave him a t-shirt, and another certificate was just beautiful. It changed the whole
It
mood
was.
in the auditorium. It was just beautiful to witness.
Yes, and of course, Siya Kolisi accompanied him at the Northwest, and he went to greet every Young Guns player, that is our rugby team who won the cup this year, with the hand and congratulated them. That was also
Wow.
very nice to see, because he
Yeah.
took time,
Yeah.
he walked up to them, he greeted them, congratulated them. It says a lot about his character.
Sportsmanship.
Yeah.
Very
Yes.
good sportsmanship. And that's a very big thing. And he flew in all the way from France as well.
Yes, but I think that was a very good tactic, because everybody was like shouting the crowd, Siya. And I heard like this Afrikaans guy was shouting, "Captain, oh my captain." It was so funny.
We wouldn't have the coach here alone, because more than anything, we wanted to see Sia. If you-
Yeah, we did.
exactly. If you say Springboks, you want to see Sia.
Yes, we do. We need
And that golden trophy also.
Yes, he did. He brought the
Yeah.
golden trophy with him as well.
The web ends.
Do you know what was also funny? Like, he took the trophy off the stand and somebody was walking behind him with the stand of the trophy. But I would have volunteered to do that. 'Cause,
Of
like,
course, I mean,
Yeah.
of course.
Imagine walking behind Siya Kolisi, guys. Oh. But we're going to have some interesting news and groundbreaking news from Potchefstroom locals and our next break coming up next. Stay tuned.
Hierdie week in jou kampusnuus.
Jy is nog steeds ingeskakel by Pik FM 93.6 met ons Spectrum Show met my Ilzaan Miller en my twee pragtige gaste van Wapat. Yes. So, what hot and lost topic do you ladies have for me tonight?
Bourbon Street is closing.
What? Are you serious?
You're just as sad as the rest of Potchefstroom. Everybody's very, very upset about that.
I'm shocked, guys. I'm shocked. So, for our audiences who listens out there, this has been talked for a while now, actually. Bourbon's closing because the building is already sold. And the building has been sold for 20 miljoen rand. 20 million rand. Can you believe it?
Oh my goodness. And we only have 1 month or 2 months left before it closes. Finally.
Julle gaan moet vinnig kuier. You guys are gonna have to kuier plenty of time because Bourbons is closing in a month or two. But for our viewers' sakes, why did this happen?
Well, the owner of Bourbon Street was concerned about the safety, which is actually a very nice thing because he's worried about the students' safety. That's why he closed it in the first place.
I mean, I understand why. I would as well, if I was the owner of a club or a bar or something, be concerned for the student safety because imagine something happening and you playing a part in it.
Yeah, and the Bolt is not really safe.
The Bolt is not safe because the Bolt is very dark as well. And the owner of Bourbons is Albert Beaumont. And he is also the owner of Snowflake as well.
Yeah.
So, but he's holding the building for a NGO, Fire and Fragrance, if I'm correct.
Yes, you are correct. So NGO is a Bible school.
A Bible school.
So it serves as a church, but it's also they do like Bible teachings and they do outreaches. It's a the establishment. It's a very big in South Africa. Like they have
A lot of campaigns.
yeah, they have
a lot of campaigns.
and buildings.
They are very well known for their work, and they're in association with Unite 180 as well.
Yes.
With the building next to it, I think.
On top, Unite 180 is on top.
Yes.
of it.
And Unite
They are
180.
not related to Unite 180, but now Unite 180 is at the top and Fire and Fragrance is at the bottom.
So obviously there is going to be some kind of relationship building with the Bible school. But 20 million rand is a lot of money, guys. And speaking of, a lot of students comment actually about, because Wapad posted a story recently about this weekend, about Bourbon's closing.
Yeah, there was an article posted and we got a lot of comments from PIC alumni and from the students. And a lot of people raised the question like, how did you manage to gather 20 million rand? How did they manage to get that kind of funds?
Honestly, it's an NGO, so they have access to a lot of funding. And the question is, how long have they been planning to come across Bourbons? Maybe the owner was in association with them and they were planning to close Bourbons for a long time.
Well, the owner said he got a lot of offers, but he chose to establish they call it a geestelike footprint.
A spiritual footprint.
Yes. On the build. So it was by choice that he chose this establishment for the place to sell it to. It wasn't like the highest offer or anything. He chose this establishment.
He chose the owners. He didn't choose it for the money or anything like that.
No.
That's very humbling. That's very true for his character. It says a lot about his character as well. But I heard a lot of students are complaining about the economy going down on the boat because obviously there are a lot of food places on the boat and a lot of people are making their money with students buying food after they went into Bourbons.
Yes, I think like Varsity Cafe is on the build and we've got Insleep and Chicken Licken.
Yes.
So it was kind of like a tradition in Port. You go to Bourbons and then you go to Chicken Licken or Varsity.
Yeah.
And now also the build rules have changed. So the liquor license is only until 2 a.m. So that is going to change the whole environment for Port because usually it's like you go out until 4 a.m. Like that was the ritual.
It's going to change the whole dynamic because obviously people are planning, we're going to Texas, then maybe Impala, then we're going to skit in Bourbons, and then we're going to Chicken Licken, finishing the night off. And now the whole dynamic's changing because Bourbons is closing. A lot of places are not opening until closing until 4. It's now until 2 in the morning. So the question is, how is it going to change? And people are already upset because MVG is closing as well. MVG closed as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
Close.
It's now a new club though.
Yeah,
Club
Fika.
Fika. Yeah.
Fika, yes, Fika. Club Fika. I haven't been. I don't know if you guys have been.
It hasn't opened yet, but I feel like they just establishing it. Yeah.
Just
yeah.
hyping it up
Yes.
basically to gain a little bit of more crowd. I don't know if things are going to ever be the same on the board again because as you said, the owner of Bourbons was afraid of the safety, and he even said he's fearing for becoming it like the Strip in Pretoria. So for our audiences, if you do not know what the Strip is a street basically like the Bolt in Pretoria where a lot of clubs and bars are, but it is very unsafe.
Yes, they also have that club Latinos that
Yes.
night groundbreaking news. That was also part of the strip.
Yes, that was, and basically he is fearing that is going to be the same dynamic as the Strip, which is true because with our last Spectrum show, we discussed actually
yeah.
about how unsafe the Bolt is and how a lot of women feel unsafe to walk, even if it's not for Bourbons or anything like that, just to get food at Varsity Cafe, it's still very dangerous. And I understand completely why that is.
But it's changed a lot now because in first year I walked from my residence to
Exactly.
to the Bolt, and nowadays I feel unsafe just walking from my car into Varsity. Like I don't know what is going on.
Even now, walking on campus, I feel unsafe. Never mind walking outside the street or anything like that. I feel the entire dynamic has changed with Potch. And maybe, I don't know, a lot of students are upset about Bourbon's closing. They even had petitions signed up.
Yeah, that was very funny. The building is already closed, guys. Please leave the
already
petitions.
sold. There is nothing you can do about it anymore. But we appreciate the spirit of it. We appreciate two students taking initiative,
Yeah.
leaving
It was kind of funny. I got the petitions on everybody's story, and I was like, "Oh, this is gonna maybe help." And then I realized, but the building is already sold.
building is
There's
already
nothing we
sold.
can do.
Contracts are
Cut your
signed.
losses. Go out one more time. Just move on.
A lot of students are saying we are losing a piece of history, actually, about Potchefstroom.
That's very true. Because you know, when you meet someone who studied at NWU, they're like, "Oh, is Bourbon Street still
That's
open?"
very true. A lot of
Yes.
parents of my friends are asking me, "Oh, is Bourbon still open? I used to hang out there in my youth. Die ou dae, die lekker dae.
Die goeie ou dae."
Die goeie ou dae." And a lot of people are sad about it. And I mean, die goeie ou dae was ook baie veiliger. So
Yeah, of course. But I think like it's sad for me that a piece of history is getting shut down because that was what Potchefstroom was known for. Like when people talk about Potchefstroom, they don't talk about like this team won this cup. They talk about Bourbons and they talk about music cafe. Like that is what Potch is known for.
exactly. And you as a listener can comment and talk with us with our next Sports Spectrum show on 078 911 2480 because that is all the time we have for tonight. Yeah, I know. That's sad. That's so sad. But join us next week because we are still having Valpad members coming and chatting with us for our local news, everything updated with sports, everything you can think of happening in Potchefstroom. So thank you so much for chatting with me. And this has been Spectrum with me, Yozan Miller, and
Mahlohonolo.
And Chanel Venedal.
good night and stay safe, guys.
Good night.
What's your favorite radio station?
This is Vic FM.
Are you freaking kidding me? I find your lack of faith disturbing.
This is Vic FM.
93.7.